Ahead of the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, a couple of football associations are having an impasse with their players over a long list of issues. Up to 5 countries, namely Canada, Spain, France, Chile, Colombia, and Argentina, are demanding their federations take into consideration their welfare. This is not the first time that a federation is locked in fights with its players. The most successful women's football team, the United States, took on its own federation, the United States Soccer Federation, over the course of 6 years in a now settled gender discrimination case in which they argued they were not compensated accordingly. So what are the players' demands? Across all the nations, the players are demanding that their federations afford them professional treatment, citing a lack of seriousness in how things are conducted. For example, in 2019, Colombia called out its federation for discrimination after going for months without matches and a head coach. This is not rare in the game, and many teams suffer from the same structural problem. Nigeria, which is the most successful African nation in women's football, has hit headlines in the past, particularly in the run-up to big tournaments like the Africa Women's Cup of Nations and the FIFA Women's World Cup for similar reasons. Unfortunately, despite the assurances from different football associations about these claims, the players remained unconvinced. Another thorny issue in the game is the little to lack of no pay. Canada Soccer cut the budget of its women's team early this year, claiming that its revenue couldn't support all areas of the game. This decision has not gone down well with the members of the team, who claimed that they weren't paid a cent by Canada Soccer for the entirety of 2022. Their plan to protest during the She Believes Cup was thwarted after Canada Soccer threatened legal action. As the turmoil continued, the president of the federation, Nick Bontis, resigned and acknowledged that change was needed. The matter is so dire that the team captain, Christine Sinclair, and players Janine Becky, Sophie Schmidt, and Quinn presented their case in front of the members of the Heritage Committee, demanding for equal pay and full support. Canada Soccer will have a chance to appeal later in the month. In Spain, 15 national team players, including senior members like Captain Alexia Putellas, resigned from the squad in protest of Jorge Vilda's leadership, stating that the environment in the camp has affected their emotional and mental state. Whilst they argue that they aren't calling for Vilda to be sacked, the players maintain that change is needed for them to become competitive. La Roja has emerged to be one of the most promising nations in women's football, but have failed to live up to expectations so far. In the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup, they were knocked out in the group stage, and in 2019 at the round of 16. At the European Championships, they were knocked out at the quarterfinals in 2013, 2017, and 2022. The Spanish Football Federation, RFEF, maintains that it will not be pressured by the players to make coaching changes and that no one is above the team. In neighboring France, things are looking up. After team captain Wendy Renard left the team and got backing from other teammates Marie-Antoinette Katoto, Kadidiatou Diani, Parle Moroni, and Grige Mbok, the French Football Association finally made a decision. For a long time, former head coach Corinne Diacre was accused of creating a negative environment at the team camps, and her decisions to drop some of the most high-profile players like Eugénie Le Sommer and Amandine Henry only worsened things. She was eventually sacked after the federation's president, Noëlle de Gracht, who protected her position, stepped down due to numerous scandals. Experienced head coach Hervé Renard is now the team's coach, and it seems like things are going well. Many more nations are speaking up, and the players are doing this at the expense of their careers. They are aware of that, but it is a fight to make things better, not just for them, but for the generations to come. As investment trickles into the game, these issues will have to be addressed. The FIFA Women's World Cup is not so far away, and as we expect to watch the spectacle, we hope that things will change for the better. Subscribe to the channel for more, and see you in the next one.